why mortgage professionals should absolutely not slow down during the holiday season. All right, so in this video, we are covering why mortgage professionals should absolutely not slow down during the holiday season. What's going on, guys? My name is Nick Friel, founder of Media Simplified. We are a mortgage marketing agency that has helped well over 800 loan officers scale their business using lead generation, systems and processes, and more. And the goal of this channel is to help mortgage brokers across the country scale their business and start closing more deals. So in this video, we are covering something extremely important, something I hear time and time again when it gets to that end of the season around late November all the way through December. And that is mortgage brokers or mortgage professionals saying they're going to start slowing down or they're going to, start to taper off and wait for the new year. I think this is one of the biggest fallacies in the industry. And the reason they're saying that is because home sales, people actually closing on transactions, yes, that might go down in December and January. And, that might be a fact. But we all know in the mortgage industry that just because sales aren't happening, just because houses aren't being closed on, does not mean that you as a mortgage professional can't be getting more pre-approvals, more customers that are getting prepared for that big rush come February through April when people actually start closing on these homes. We know that getting that pre-approval, they're probably 30 to 60 to even 90 days out regardless. So during this season, it's not about taking your foot off the pedal. It's about stacking your pipeline for the rush. So in this video, I'm going to go over three kind of key ideas or three key concepts as to why it is so important for you to not only be advertising, but even to double down during this holiday season. So we're going to go through one by one, starting with my personal favorite, and that is decreased competition. This is my little sword here with an X, meaning everybody thinks during this time that they should slow down, that they should take their foot off the pedal. People aren't closing. And a lot of times that's what mortgage professionals are doing. They're not closing deals, not necessarily because no one out there is interested during this time, but because they just assume that and they themselves want to have that time off and, enjoy the holidays. But with that, we already know January is going to be one of the slowest months we have. We know that, that's every year. That's kind of the lull. Everybody's getting excited about the new year. So realistically, it's not just end of November and December you're losing. If you're not doing anything to prepare for January, you have 2.5 months of, slow business right away every single year. So if we can offset that and give ourselves a 1 to 2 month head start on all the other brokers that are, taking their foot off the pedal or going to be slowing down during the holiday season, you're literally giving yourself a 1 to 2 month head start, being that you're preparing for the slow month of January come the beginning of December, end of November, and you're actually starting to plan ahead. So competition's down. This is when we get to get scrappy. We get to actually start gaining some traction, gaining some distance on our competition. And while they're slowing down, we should be doubling down. Number two, and I'm going to show you some graphs and statistics in a second. So number two, look this up if you'd like, wherever you want, but internet usage skyrockets during this season. So I'm going to show you a graph showing that out of all of the busy seasons where internet usage spikes, the holiday season is far and away the time where most people are using the internet. So on top of that, it's also the time where you have one of the highest rates of people being off of work. So working class adults that are actually able to buy a home, they're getting scattered days off throughout the year. You have the federal holidays and whatnot, maybe 10 to 14 days of vacation time scattered throughout. But realistically, across the board, the holiday season is when workers are given the most time off. So not only are they on the internet at the highest percentage, but this is also when they're not at work. So they're not busy. Most of the time that's the biggest reason you can't get a hold of people is they're busy, they're going through life, they're working. You have the time where they are online and they are at home. There's no better time for you to be getting in their ear about getting that pre-approval, making those actions happen. So I'm going to show you some stats and we'll roll into that. And then we'll jump into number three. Okay, so you can see here, this is a chart comparing the internet usage across the different popular seasons where we see spikes. We have the holiday season, tax season, back to school season, summertime, major events, and far and away, holiday season is the time where that internet usage is the highest. So right away, it gives us people are online. There's a higher proclivity to take advantage of things like this. Now, couple that with the fact that if you look at days off for working age Americans throughout the year, we have Christmas and New Year usually ranging around 7 to 10 days off. Obviously, you have summer break and winter break, but winter break, Christmas, and Thanksgiving all being times where people are getting extended periods of time off. So at the end of the year here, we not only have a higher internet usage, but we have an extended kind of period where they're getting lots of days off at a time. And that is when we want to take advantage of this. All right, number 3, and this is one that is a huge driver, which can really set you up for the new year. But during the holidays, what happens? People come home. Family members and friends, people end up coming home, and usually they're getting together at someone's house, the parents' house, the grandparents' house, and this is evoking a lot of emotion. For a lot of people, they don't own their home yet. They're in a temporary situation. Having their family come home and into their rental and whatnot, a lot of times that can be a huge driving force for people to say, I want to own something where I can have my whole family here. I know that's something that was big for my parents. We rented throughout our whole life, and they finally became homeowners for that exact reason, is they wanted to have a place that they could call home and their family could join them whenever they wanted. And that's common America. That's middle class working America. They want a piece of this life for themselves. And a lot of times that's not the case. And this holiday season can be a huge emotional driver for that. So if you're the one communicating with them throughout this time, wishing them happy holidays, getting them situated so that when the time comes where tax season rolls around and the market starts to pick up, you are the person that they're going to give their business. So these are 3 obvious reasons why you should be marketing. I can give a million more, but one thing, if you take anything away from this video, it's that you should absolutely not fall into the trap of thinking that just because the holidays are rolling around, that you should take your foot off the pedal or slow down. I think it's the exact opposite. The stats show it's the exact opposite, and you can make all the excuses you want, or you can do this and start closing more deals. So those are the things that I wanted to show you. My name is Nick Friel, founder of Media Simplified. Every bit of support that you show this channel helps. And if you are a mortgage broker that's interested in potentially scaling your business, you can go over to our website at mediasimplified.io and check out all the programs that we have. There's a lot of good stuff here if you're interested. So beyond that, thank you so much for all of the support, and we'll see you on the next one.